Of a chair, we're going to cross our right leg over our left. We're going to push our knee down slowly until we feel a comfortable stretch in the hip. From here, we're going to take a twist to the right side, stretching out the back now and the hip. This stretches muscles called the piriformis and the erector spinae in order to take pressure off of the sciatic nerve. Sciatica commonly starts between vertebrae L4 and S1. Next, we're going to stretch our left side. So we're going to take our left leg over our right leg. We're going to push our knee down until we feel a stretch in the hip. And then we're going to twist to the left side. This movement also helps with your blood circulation in your lower back and in your hips, which helps your sciatica. And it's important to remember to not force this, to not overstretch, because that can cause something called a stretch reflex, and that's something that you don't want. So now we're going to switch sides again with our right leg over our left leg, and this time we're going to lean back. This can be a chair or a bench like this, and we're going to bring our legs up and down, crunching our abs, okay? So this builds up our core muscles in order to support our lower back and help with our sciatica. And who doesn't want a nice toned waist too, right? Also, if you get fatigued and this gets difficult, just don't go up as much. Next, we'll switch to the other side. So another place you may feel this is in the hip flexors, the quadricep muscles, because that's another thing you're working here. So we're working a lot of stuff. And you can even try it with a rotation to get the obliques engaged, which is also a big supporter for the back and the sciatic nerve. Next, we're going to warm up and massage the piriformis muscle in which the sciatic nerve passes through. We can loosen these muscles up with a Theragun, our fist, or lacrosse ball. You want to start with a light pressure and slowly move to a medium pressure. You can start by gliding side to side lightly right next to the tailbone. And you want to slowly move down to the femur, getting the whole length of the muscle. And you'll know it when you hit the piriformis muscle because it's tight in, I would say, a large portion of the population. And we can switch sides going through the same protocol. Starting at the top of the muscle, slowly coming down, finding that really tight place and holding on that place. And what massage really does is, one, it increases circulation, and two, it tones down overactive muscles. You see, sometimes the body favors muscles, and because of that, the muscles get inflamed, and when they get inflamed, they push up against nerves, just like the sciatic nerve. So hamstring flexibility is great to improve posture and relieve sciatica. This stretch did wonders for me personally when I was getting over sciatica years ago. You start by grabbing onto something sturdy, shifting your body back, getting a stretch in your back. You can keep your back curved or a little more straight, whatever feels good for you. And following that, you'll slowly come up, put your arms behind your back, and pinch the elbows back, activating the back muscles and opening the chest. And you'll push the leg back, squeezing the glute. Alternate between right and left. This is a great all-around movement. It not only stretches, but it also strengthens. This next stretch and exercise was the last missing ingredient that allowed me to totally get rid of my sciatica. We're going to go through 3 progressions, starting with the easiest first. So we're going to take the right leg in front of the left leg. From here, we're going to squeeze the glute, squeeze the abs, bring the pelvis forward like this. And from here, we should feel a nice stretch in the hip. Now you're going to hinge down with a straight back, as far as you're comfortable with, until you get a stretch in the hamstrings. And then you're going to come back up, squeezing that right glute and that left glute, and then get a stretch at the top of the hip flexor. The next progression is putting your foot on an elevated surface. You can hold on to a wall if you need to, and you're going to do the same thing. Abs engaged, glute engaged, feeling a stretch in the quad, and then you'll just come down, get a stretch in the hamstring, and then come back up. This one requires a lot more stability. This last one will be the hardest. So you're grabbing your foot, getting a stretch in the quad. From here, you're going to bend down, getting a stretch in the hamstring, and then come back up. Remember, you can always be by a wall for some stability. Lastly, we're going to finish out with squats. And squats to me are one of the most beneficial movements you can do because you do it every day. So we're going to start with mini squats with our feet forward, knees behind the toes, abs and glutes engaged, knees tracking over the second toe. You don't want them in or out here. And once you get comfortable, you can start going lower into it. And as you go lower, your knees will start to track forward. Okay, and if you're feeling really good, you can get down deep into it and even get a little calf stretch at the bottom. Okay, so we'll just go through these squats. If you get low, you can get a little calf stretch at the bottom, or you can just do regular squats. Whatever feels good. So these exercises require a small investment. They only take 5 to 6 minutes to do. So I recommend that you do them every other day. That way your recovery can be accelerated and you can feel good and you can stay healthy and most importantly, prevent future pain.